Welcome back, everybody. That was Mercy Law with Dope Boy Money. You can look out for him on Facebook at Mercy Law, and you can also check him out on Twitter at Mercy Law.
Okay. That's what it is, man.
You got some fire, where's he at? Tell him where he at, though.
He's down here in the 7 cities or whatnot. He's from Franklin, and he's from New York originally, but he migrated down here to Franklin, and he's been trying to get in the game for ever since I ran in contact with him or whatever. So he's just out there doing his thing right now. Look out for his mixtape coming soon. He has a Mercy Law mixtape coming out very soon, so check that out.
Definitely. Is it just me, or do I hear, or you guys hear that story a lot more and more these days? Like people from up top, whether it be New York or Jersey or whatever, come down here and they set up shop down here. Is that happening more and more these days, or is that just me?
Always, it always happens, from good to bad. You know what I'm saying? Like now it seems like all the music stuff. I'm stuttering again. All the music stuff is like migrating down as far as the talent goes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like a lot of people, because like everybody I deal with here, up here is from up there for real. That's into the whole music stuff, or
right,
from
right.
LA. If they're like a lot of the rock guys I came in contact with, all from like LA area or Boston.
Well, how do you think it's like that?
I was just asking myself that same question. I know where FUEGO is, that's the DC metro area, so that's self-explanatory. But Hampton Roads, it's not. I mean, it's a growing area. It's kind of, it's not a large area, per se, but it's a decent population. Maybe people come down here because of the military, it's a large military population, but that doesn't really explain it because most of the people that come down here aren't really affiliated with the military to begin with. So I don't know. That's a good question.
I'll tell you like this, from what I see, it's less common. I mean, we all know New York, DC, LA, Chicago, those big cities, even Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? There's competition there that's crazy. They don't really feel like there's a whole lot of competition down. I even say like down that way, because of course, y'all know, I used to live down there too. So there's not it doesn't seem like there's so much competition down there. So they feel like they could get like their fan base or their buzz out there quicker than New York, because it's like New York done seen it and done it. So what else are you gonna give us, because we done did it 8 times over. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to a new place and let's try to build up there or whatever. But that's what's up though. I mean, for people to make a bold move like that just for the sake, I don't mean to say just for the sake, but for the sake of, making it in the entertainment industry, coming all the way down here from up there. I mean, it's a big leap. Yeah, I try to tell people the only thing when I say New York and LA and all those big ones is saying you got to have your connections there. You don't have to drop everything and move to that area, because it's going to be, it could be overwhelming for a lot of people and they might not be able to handle all of that. So I'm not saying you have to physically move, but you're going to have to get out of that realm of just being local. You know what I'm saying? You want to go.
Yeah, but you know what?
There.
That goes for people that's in New York and Jersey and all those places too. Granted, those are much bigger cities and metro areas. But at the same time, if you want to make it, really make it, you can't just be famous in New York City or wherever you're from.
Oh no! I'm speaking in terms of if you want to get a deal. Because it's right, like everything business is up there. Everybody, it's almost like back in the day when you played ball, if you was at the Rucker,
Yeah, because there's no major record labels around here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I say go to a place like Virginia Beach or go to a place like Chesapeake where there's not, and you can do what they're doing as far as getting their popularity out, and then taking all that package back to New York to, that's your home. So they always gonna have love for you at home, but you like you said, you need to be more like worldwide instead of just trying to be in this one little bubble. Because even in New York, there's cats that have been doing stuff for years and only is known in the Bronx, and even cats that's been doing it 15 years that nobody still doesn't know on their same block. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead.
So I was gonna ask you, I was like, so what can say I'm like a unsigned artist or whatever. I'm trying to get my music out there. I'm trying to get known or whatever. What can I do, as an artist, to get that notoriety, to get, that buzz going, What can
Go
I do to?
in a few. I'll say in a little while they need to go to FUEGObeats.com.
Exactly. I was
And
just
they need
about to say
to
that.
holler at us and do what everybody like Mercy, you know what I'm saying, like URL, Josiah, everybody that we done interviewed on here, do that. And I'm not saying just with us, but do that with more people. Stop thinking just because, you know, my name is not Big Tigger and this is not Hot 97 or 95.5 or 103 Jams that, you know, Fuego, Egypt, and you know, Prophet is nothing. You know what I mean? That you don't need to highlight because we're, you know, not as far as like worldwide like them. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit every avenue you can on
That's
that.
how people hurt themselves, man. That's how people hurt themselves. They want to go for the big names, and, you know, they're not trying to, you know, go to the people that are, you know, looking for stuff like that. They want to go to the people that ain't even looking for that right now.
And my thing is, we have connections. You know, we got a little bit of connection that we know in the I'm not saying we know, you know, Jay-Z and Diddy, but we got connections that we could hook people up or whatever. But the point, I had this guy ask me actually when I lived down there. He asked me, well, you know, not to be rude to you, but how can you help me and you not on? So I was like, oh no, some people might find that offensive, but I don't because I don't rap. If I rapped, I would be on, but I don't do that. I said, that's not what I do. You know, that makes no sense to me. You know, why am I not playing in the NBA? Well, maybe because I'm an agent for an NBA player. And that's kind of the same mindset that I'm like a gateway that will lead y'all, I guess you could say like a bridge that will lead y'all to getting on. And that's what we all are doing.
It's funny people still ask questions like that, like, you know, how you going to help me if you're not on and this and that, and expecting to, you know, automatically, you know, be at a level of people that's already known. But how many stories have to come out? You know, all these rags to riches stories and all these famous entertainers and artists. How many times do you hear that they were doing stuff locally or underground for like 3, 4, 5 years before they were actually, you know, discovered or before they got a deal or before they got famous? There's millions and millions of stories like that, and you hear that all the time, yet people still assume that if you're not discovered, you know, if the CEO of the record label doesn't, you know, deal with you personally, then it's not worth it. You know, it's just that mentality doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And it's like a small percentage that actually have that happen. So everybody else is like working their ass off trying to get their name out there.
Yeah.
So people just need to stop, you know, getting that out their mind. Like, you got to work hard out here, man. You can't just expect to run into Dr. Dre the next day and you're on just like that. It's not going to happen.
I mean, the 1955 where you could sing doo-wop in front porch of Motown or something and get on. It's not happening no more. People want business-minded people so they can make something out of you. You know what I mean? Just what Diddy do. And I hate you know, I don't want to hate on Diddy or say nothing. People want to call him arrogant or whatever. But the dude is a business genius. He tells you, I mean, you know, you're not going to be a star forever with him. He gets you ready. He gets you a couple of hits, and then he's off. He ships you off, and the next people. And he does the same thing, and people get caught up with that. Like, you know, no offense, and my boys, Jadakiss and them got caught up with that because they taking it as, yo, you take it, you know, they didn't understand their contracts and a lot of different stuff. And you start, you know, you got to learn this stuff, and you got to come with, like, the whole business package. Like, that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things that they, you know, you cannot sit there and just think that, you know, you could, this is back in the day where you could just, you know, freestyle on the corner and somebody's going to see you.
Well, granted, stuff like that may or may not happen nowadays, but you can't, you know, put all your eggs in one basket and expect something like that to happen.
Yeah, and it all depends what you do, too. I mean, you know, people, you know, one-sided. I mean, I was watching the whole special on Big Daddy Kane. I mean, he took it to the next level because he implemented the dancing involved with the rapping, and he actually danced with them. You know, like some Missy and all them do. So then he went on the pop charts. He went from hip hop. He did things with what he did, Playgirl, and did stuff with Madonna was on her covers. So he elevated into more, and that's what the label wants to know, how they make money. Most of the label owners do not understand that. They're not really Russell Simmons and them no more. These are guys that probably don't even know anything about really music. Some of them might just listen to classical, but they have a rock label because they know they're going to make their money. Just like when we invest in stuff. How much of us invest in like McDonald's? How do we really know how the secret sauce is made? We just know McDonald's is a damn good profit, and we're going to invest in it because it makes money for us. And that's just what they do. So they want to make sure that they're going to make money off of you, and it's going to just keep doubling their profits. And you just got to, people got to realize that, and that's it.
So to answer the Prophet's question, for artists that come down here to Hampton Roads or even to Northern Virginia area, if you want to get put on, or if you want to get to that level in your career, in your entertainment career, you got to be willing to really start from the ground up and make sacrifices and work hard. And, it might take you a year, it might take you 5 years, but you just got to be willing to work hard and sacrifice. And that goes for any profession.
Oh, and before, because I know we need to get into this next track, the one thing I want to tell them, another key thing, is do not come in this looking for money. Have your job. Because if you come in looking for money and the first time you don't make it off of a show, you're not going to do it anymore. That's just what's going to happen. You're not going to do it. Your passion has to be like, I love this stuff. I love it so much. Just like if we all drink. We love to drink, so we're not making money while we drink. We're losing money. But we love it, so we're going to do that. And that's just, and that's when you're going to make something when you have a passion for anything. You know what I'm saying? It's going to work for you, and you should make money off of it. I'm not trying to say don't look for it, but just don't make that your main goal is, I want to get on because I don't have millions.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you do what you love, you don't have to work a day in your life.
Yeah. Exactly. And real quick, shout out to, all the unsigned, or not, I won't even say unsigned. I'm talking about the non-mainstream cats that's doing it big, that's about to be mainstream, that we've been dealing with, down in the Hampton Roads area. You got URL, you got Josiah with Vlock, you know what I'm saying? You got Jay Farrow. My first interview was with Jay Farrow, you know what I mean? Last year. So big shout out to all the dudes, T Wells, all of them for doing it. And that's actually, if you watch what they're doing and where they came from, you'll see actually what it really takes. And they doing it. And any day now, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a household name, each of those dudes' names. You know what I'm saying? And Mercy Law, too. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But we're going to go to a track real quick and we'll be back. Peace.
I represent the real hip-hop. I represent the real hip-hop.
I've been sitting on this beat past the point of self-combustion. If you're not acquainted, let this be your introduction. I'm the J-A-Y, Lady Bird, fly high. She is I, that which lies behind my third eye. I'm the conscience on your shoulder when you hear me serve the science. Guidance if you knew it, addressing the non-compliant Goliath, and I be David, so contemplate your alliance. Reliant on your pride to reign and morally defiant. I am a giant, fix your face for the inevitable. A breath of fresh air from the unintelligible. Jay the intellectual, they say she not sexual. I'm grinding on these bars and beats when I seduce a flow. Hip-hop and knowledge sparks fly when they meet. Mind, body, and soul, can you feel that heat? Bittersweet, let it melt like honey on your earlobe. Fear not, dear, I'll put you on when I'm in pure mode.
I represent the real hip-hop. I represent the real hip-hop. I represent the real hip-hop. I represent the real hip-hop.
Can we get back to the basics? Shake this, erase it, stricken from the record, leave them nameless. Dummies ain't funny, be tripping on their own laces. Now the race is over, you behind 10 paces. Is hip-hop dead? No need to seek the oracle. This pulse, the basis of the question is rhetorical. To her we are indebted, undoubtedly obligated, and let it be known about it, so step in, I'll leave you jaded. Hip-hop lives in the heart, mastermind militia. Going heavy on the ground, got news for you, mister. I'm the splinter in the side of the weak and obsolete. I roll with the punches, relentless with no retreat. My pursuits of reprieve you awaken me up out my sleep, so I put the pen to the paper and I compose your defeat. Weep not over hip-hop, she is thriving. If the tick-tock stops and the clock start winding, it is now apparent that these cats require reminding. These are the criteria, and this has been my finding. Hip-hop is a genre inspired by revolution. Your meaningless mockery is degrading the institution, poisoning the minds of those hungry for a solution. So the truest function of the equation is substitution. Poetry is the MC's purest element. If you don't spit knowledge, and your presence is irrelevant. The travesty they feed in you is It's mocking your intelligence, but mind over matter doesn't seem to be the prevalence. Sincere of my humility, don't take me for a bragger. It'd be vain of me to waste the time to tell you about my swagger. Haters surely waiting round the corner, cloak and dagger, but most step in the arena lest they want their dream shattered. Patterns are emerging, can't stand a carbon copy on a bubblegum beat, and whole delivery is sloppy. The industry is shady, but a light shines underground. Soon to be an army, many voices, one sound, revolution. A simple, obvious conclusion. Babylon is crumbling, we need a resolution. I avow that I will see this vision through to fruition, as in all that I pursue with meticulous execution.
I represent the real hip hop.